Me tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está bien.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Matt. I'm gonna give you a little tour of the house. Come on in. This was a labor of love. I would say is more like a part-time job that my wife and I worked on for over 3 years from the time that we conceptualized the floor plan to the time that we moved in. And we really had a lot of fun doing it. And we did everything. We picked out every single finish in the house. We designed the floor plan from scratch. Ultimately, this is where we wound up. And for me, personally, it's a dream. Guys, you see a lot of consistency in terms of the finishes and the materials that we use throughout the house. It's hard not to notice this massive stone slab behind me. This is 24 feet tall from floor to ceiling, and this is white Dover marble. Then we have this really nice couch space. This is all from Minotti Furniture. Worked with our designer to pick this out. It was custom built for this space. In terms of wood and finishes and things like that, like I said, we wanted to keep it warm and also consistent. So you will see nothing in this house that is not either white oak or walnut wood. Notice that. As we started walking the house after framing, we actually decided to rotate the entire kitchen 90 degrees, whereas it originally faced that way, as is more traditional. But we did that because A, it allowed us to make the island much bigger. As you can see, this thing is massive. And it also gives you a much better view when you're working here at the island, cooking, cleaning, etc., of the backyard, which is great. The kids love to play out there, and it's just a really nice view. I really wanted to make this a great place to cook, spend time with the family and do my thing. So we have a really cool stove here that totally matches the aesthetic of the room. We decided to accent everything with gold hardware, true fridge on point with the matte black finishes. And then of course we have complemented all of that with walnut wood. So we've got the white oak floors, walnut wood like the hood here, cutting board, knife block. And my favorite part, without a doubt, the live edge bar slab over here. I'm sort of a nerd for like natural materials and finishes, and the execution of this is absolutely perfect. The way they fabricated it and mounted it to this modern, gigantic island is just, wow. Something else that's nice about this kitchen is that we have additional space right behind it for a coffee bar. We've got the integrated Miele coffee maker. In here, the dining room, obviously not the place that we sit on a weekly basis. Huge dining table, really, really cool modern light fixture with this sort of LED luminescent rope style fixture, which is really neat. And over here at the end of the dining room, really cool focal point. You can walk in here. Is a temperature controlled wine storage room. My wife and I, we are not really big wine drinkers, so we tend to keep more booze, tequila, and other liquor in here, but awesome storage space for anything that you like. All right, moving on with the main living space in the house, sunken living room. This is undoubtedly one of the family's favorite features. If you're a kid, without a doubt at the end of the day, you are piling in here, hanging out and just being comfortable. This couch was custom built to this sunken living area in the house. And we have this really, really neat linear fireplace. We keep it on almost all the time. It gives off some nice warmth and just a really cool architectural detail. Like a lot of other places in the house, we actually finished this with plasters. Something else we changed over time, this actually is the pantry now, but originally in the floor plan, it was intended to be the mudroom, coming in off the garage in the front of the house where we park when we come home. The mudroom was originally over there. This is ultimately where it wound up, which is sort of the best of both worlds because the pantry got bigger and the mudroom got bigger. And as you can see, it's quite spacious in here. All right, so if we walk through this corridor here, we're going into undoubtedly my favorite part of the house, the office, the garage, the man cave, my place to be. As you can see, awesome vaulted ceilings, skylights, tons of natural light. When we were designing this house, I knew that I would be working from home full-time in this space, and so I really wanted it a place, I just love to be. Continuing on down this way, we have the coffee bar or the tequila bar, I guess depending on the time of day. Over here we have a bathroom, so private bathroom, ensuite with the office in the garage, totally decked out in black tile from floor to ceiling. Even in here, huge ceilings. This is a 12-foot ceiling even in this bathroom over here. This is a really, really cool vanity, custom built with the walnut wood. This stone sink is all one piece. It's a huge piece of granite that was carved into stone. And of course, you've got the green racing stripe tile, right on the money with my style. All right, so for any car guys that are watching, you will love this. We're gonna enter into the garage. We're gonna put these couple stairs and enter onto the mezzanine, kind of enter through this really cool glass and steel frame door. and then we're up here on the mezzanine. This space was actually inspired by an old office of mine where we had this open air mezzanine and we were parking inside, and it was just such a cool place to be, and I wanted to recreate that when we built this house, and we absolutely nailed it. What man cave isn't complete without a racing simulator? As you can see, this one is decked out by the guys at Podium 1 in the full green and matching tan. Before we go downstairs, I just want to point out some of the details up here on the mezzanine. So first and foremost, this entertaining center, it has this really cool facade that's built out of the white oak that kind of waterfalls up to the ceiling, as you can see here. This is like a custom built structure that we did under the trusses in the garage. On the back wall, the whole back wall of the garage, we have this plaster finish, which is really kind of inspired to look like a natural cement slab. And last but not least, safety first, of course, this handrail was actually custom welded on site by the ironsmith who made it. It was really cool watching it. I was here while sparks were flying, and they did the whole thing. I mean, totally custom design, just the way that we drew it up. And now for the real fun part, we're gonna head on downstairs and we can check out the garage.
Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning the war. I get knocked down, I get back up.
Over 4,000 square feet of garage space. I can fit up to 15 cars in here if I really packed them in tight. First, we'll start with the floors and we'll work our way up. The floors are natural concrete, polished, applied a really cool, really strong epoxy high gloss finish to them that really reflects the cars and makes them look really cool, especially how the lighting is as it changes throughout the day. The wallpaper, custom ordered, this huge mosaic on the wall that's black and of course green. I don't really have to explain the rationale behind that. Green's my color, but really cool. I mean, especially for somebody who's a Porsche fan like myself, I mean, such a cool pattern to put on the wall. The ceilings in here are about 24 feet tall. So again, this is about 2 stories worth of garage space in here. We decided to keep the trusses open on the ceiling. So again, it gives this industrial type feel to the space. Painted everything up there all black. We've got these massive HVAC ducts, so the space is heated and cooled in here. And then I have about 24 copper LED light fixtures on the ceiling that provide like just a really nice, like kind of ambient light that's not too intense. It's not museum-like, but it makes it a really comfortable place to be and just adds to the overall vibe that I wanted to have while hanging out in the garage. This is one of 4 individual garage spaces in the house. Through this door I have, I guess what I call the no tequila zone. It's where I keep all the sharp things and tools. I've always been one that likes to tinker, work on stuff, fix things. Something that I always did with my dad. In fact, a lot of these tools over here, like this old Sears Craftsman saw, was a hand-me-down from him, and so I wanted to give that stuff a home. First and foremost, down here on the terrace level, we have the kids' indoor playroom. Custom built this whole indoor play space. You can see the big slide here, jungle gym, climbing wall. There's monkey bars up there and a foam pit. First and foremost, we have a powder bathroom over here for guests if we're down here entertaining. This really nice kind of wide open space where we have a bar. You can hang out with friends, this little hangout space, big comfy couch. I can come over here and play my piano for all my friends in my dreams anyways, but you know, one day, looks really cool anyways. We have a full audio system in the house. We have this decked out with speakers that we can control in the Sonos system, which is really nice when we're down here with friends. Now, if we come this way, we're gonna enter in through the gym. This is a place that, again, my wife and I really love. I mean, it's totally decked out with really everything that you could ever need in a home gym. Again, wanted to make this a space just like the office that's really nice to be in, a place that just is really inviting and a place you want to be, right? So really cool warm lights in the cove ceiling all over, huge floor to ceiling mirror on the wall. Got the gym flooring in here rubberized so you can drop weights if you're working out early in the morning. We also decided to install one of these, which is LK. This is a water cooler, so you know, I'm sure you've seen these in gyms. Put them in a home too. It's great for filling up water bottles. And what home gym is complete without your own personal private spa space? Okay, so walking in here, I can already feel it. The floor is heated, super nice vibe. We have a sauna over on this side, full steam shower, which is fully tiled from floor to ceiling over on the left side. The walls are one of my favorite things in this space. Totally plastered finish. It's kind of like this old school, like European style plaster. This was really fun. This was a project my wife, myself, and then our interior designer worked on, and we decided to do the whole wall in this green marble, which I just absolutely love. All right, so last but not least, down here on the terrace level, we have one guest bedroom, nice comfy spot, big king bed, really nice space to be. Despite being down here in the basement level, you still have your own personal closet, and then of course, full bathroom. Follow me this way, we're gonna head on over to the master wing of the house. Before that, you're kind of greeted with this nice little entryway, and we do have a powder room over here. Again, with the theme, white oak on the doors, walnut, live edge slab for the countertop. Love the way that turned out with the floating sink. This mirror and the backlighting behind it was a whole art project in and of itself. All right, so come on into the master bedroom. As you can see, first thing, pivot door. Same pivot door that I have going on into my office, and it also matches the front door. Again, lots of consistency throughout this house. As you walk in here, I think probably the first thing that you're gonna notice is this little cove type feature that we built around the bed here in the master bedroom. Again, all made out of white oak with the matching vanity here under the TV. And what I love most about this space is the detail on the side of the bed above the nightstands. This is, again, a plaster finish. It's kind of like a three-dimensional plaster finish. And I really had a lot of fun working with both my wife and the designer and the vendor who did this to achieve that look. I really wanted something that looked like it was actually like a real stone, and this is what they came up with. The effect with the amber light shining down on it is just really cool. So moving on over here, we have what we call our sitting room. There's a fireplace there in the middle of the room. We did floor to ceiling plaster on the fireplace structure, which is just a really nice detail and accent in the space, as well as a really cool textured wallpaper in the back. The view out here is one of the best parts of this room for sure. Looking out to the pool in the backyard, opens up with this big sliding door. And then everywhere in the room and throughout the master, we did Lutron shades. So they're automated shades on blinds, completely blacks out the space we want to sleep in a little bit. Of course, right here next to the master bedroom, we have the bathroom. As soon as you walk in the master, we have a nice little wet bar over here, which is great. Small sink for washing cups. We have an integrated cold filtered water, and also if you push this little button right here, you get instant hot, which is nice for making your morning tea. First things first, double vanity, and then you see this, which is a huge shower. We have a heated floor throughout the entire space, both on the floor out here and then even in the shower itself, which is awesome in the morning, I will tell you that. Another really cool thing that we did, which is sort of a project in and of itself here in this house, was the backlit onyx stone. We brought in a specialized vendor who was really, really smart and crafty with the way that they incorporated lighting into different places that are unique. And let's not look past another incredible feature in this master bathroom, which is 2 water closets, one for her and one for me. Onwards to the master closet, a place where I only lay claim to a small fraction of this. Really, my wife had a great time designing this with the builder. Love the way they executed this with the huge island, the nice finishes on the front of the cabinetry, and it just offers an unlimited amount of storage for everything that she's got in here, and they did a nice job with it. I want to just point out that we have this incredible crystal chandelier. My wife and I actually bought that after having a few too many drinks in Las Vegas, shipped it back here and said, I want that there. And that's where it came from. So the second floor is all about the kids' space. This is all about them. And so first things first, we have this awesome library where they can come home, do their homework, study, put wallpaper on the ceiling in there, and just love the way that turned out. My daughter's room decorated just the way that she likes it. Over here, an awesome playroom. If I had this playroom when I was a kid, man, I don't think I would have ever left, but these awesome cloud lights in here. They have a massive Lego table in the back over there where they just spend their entire evening playing with Legos. And then adjacent to that, there is a bunk bed room over here. All right, so aside from the kids, we do have another guest room up here at the end of the hallway. Just like the others, tons of natural light, big windows, big shutters for privacy, king size bed, full bath, shower, and a double vanity in there. All right, so heading back this way towards the stairs, we have 2 more bedrooms for the boys, Keegan and Camden, here at the end of the hallway. So when you make your way outside to the back of the house, we have this huge outdoor kitchen and living space, which is undoubtedly one of the places that we spend a lot of time when the weather is nice outside. So many cool things to talk about out here. Really nice furniture area here in the center just to hang out, convene, big fire pit that's plumbed with natural gas in the middle. We have amazing lighting out here. This is another really fun project that we worked on. with our designer and builder to make that happen. Over here, the outdoor kitchen, my personal favorite. I spent a ton of time cooking outside, and so we really decked that out. We have a flat top grill, we have a smoker, and then as you can see, a pizza oven there in the corner. Here we have a dedicated bathroom just for the outside kitchen and pool space. As you can see here, really cool the way that we tiled this. It's actually got this sort of pattern that is reminiscent of the water and the waves. I like the way that we picked that out. You can see we have these 3 massive screens that separate the indoor and outer space, so we can open up all the huge doors from the inside of the house on out and get that fresh air inside. Very easy to operate on remote control, as you can see here. For me, building a home has kind of been like building a business. You know, it starts with a vision, foundation of ideas, and countless small decisions and mistakes that ultimately add up to something that's great. And just like my time leading the company that I built, you know, it takes patience, accountability, adaptability, and really more than that, the right team of people to bring all of those ideas to life. Look, in the end, it's not about what you've built, it's about how what you've built makes you feel every day. And here, I feel at home. It's filled with everything that I and my family love.